Hey. So previous video I made an announcement. In this video I'm going to show you guys some of you guys already seen me talking with actual my viewer on my YouTube channel. So I'm going to show you guys the guy that I met on my last day in Vancouver before leaving to Germany in like 3 months ago. He sent me, I asked him at the end of the interview in person to send me his video of his basic retrospect, kind of like what he thought about it, what he learned, or was it useful, things that he remembered the most, things that struck him the most. So I told him to make a video and record his emotions and the thoughts, and then told him to send that to me. And then so I just rewatched the video about basically what he felt right after, kind of briefing video. So I'm gonna kind of break it down while I'm gonna play the video with you guys in one video so that I don't need to edit. Okay, so
この動画をどこで多分飛行機で見れないんでわかんないですけど、いつ見てるのかわかんないですけど、昨日は本当に、ありがとうございました。昨日24時間のカフェで寝てたら叩き起こされて、でマックに移動してそこから一睡もできてませんね。めちゃくちゃ眠いです。今バンクーバーでバスの時間までちょっと暇つぶしてます。昨日は本当にですね、本当ありがたいお話というかインタビューして本当バンクーバーまで来てサシさんに会えて本当良かったと思います。
So he messaged me on my Facebook page about potentially meeting up with me and interviewing me with a bunch of questions that he has about, generic study abroad questions to like lifestyle design, what to study, what to, where to work, and how basically he had a lot of questions about his life, study, his career, academics, whatnot. So he messaged me on Facebook, and it was like a few days before I was leaving Vancouver. So I messaged him like, okay, you know what? I'm actually flying out to Germany for a new job, so I'm not gonna be here anymore. So if you wanna really meet me, come meet me in Vancouver. And then, so Seattle to Vancouver is like 3 hours bus ride, if you know. So he took a bus. I think it was Friday. I think a Friday afternoon, to Vancouver, and we were supposed to meet up on Friday night, like 7 p.m. ish. But his bus, he couldn't book the bus from like maybe 4 p.m. or 3 p.m. because it was already booked. So he ended up coming to Vancouver late, like maybe 9 p.m. So it was like my last day. So I was packing my stuff and I was preparing for my flight because flight was from, I remember 11 p.m. ish. No, it was the next morning. It was the next morning, like 11 a.m. or 12 noon. So I didn't have much time because I needed to pack. But he came to Vancouver from Seattle by bus on my last day in Vancouver. That was the context. And then let's keep watching.
本当にその価値はあったと思います。本当にありがとうございます。サシさんの話を聞いて、自分に足りないものとか自分ができてることが明確に分かった感じがします。セルフアウェアネスとかカルチャーアウェアネスとかいろいろ気づかされる。本当動画じゃちょっと伝わってこないというか、なんていうの、動画見てるだけじゃ分かんないこともお話いただいたんで本当に感謝してます。
So he's talking about regarding self-awareness, cultural awareness. So give you guys context. He was wondering about what to major. Marketing, finance, business, or computer science, blah blah blah. And also he wants to stay in North America or abroad somewhere. outside of Japan after university. And I told him, I give him kind of perspective like self-awareness. Basically in the context of like you need to figure out, you need to be aware, you need to know your strengths and weakness as well as the current market, your market value in industry. So basically about supply and demand. So if you're living in a capitalistic world, then if you don't have any professional skills that companies are looking for, then you're not gonna find a job. So that's like a basic awareness about supply and demand. In this world, this is not the world. This is not the ideal, like some kind of how do I say? This is not the ideal world that you're living in. This is a world with real, specific demands and supplies, and there are a lot of competitors around. So you can't just have like high hopes and you study like gender studies, or you can't just study communication or philosophy or history or statistics and expecting to get a job, nice job right after. That's not the reality. And so basically what I told him is you need to have a self-awareness of what companies are looking for, because you need to research about what kind of jobs are posted on job website. What kind of jobs, responsibilities, or qualifications or skills are companies looking for? You need to research and then really think backwards to attain and then gain those skills to be valuable in certain relative market in a certain time. So skills are also relative, depending on the location and the time. So you really need to research what's in demand. And I told him that's kind of like a self-awareness. How do you market yourself? It's kind of like job hunting is really about selling yourself. Even if you're an engineer, you need to have that marketing skill, sales skill to sell yourself as a product. So you really need to think about strengths and weakness and your market value in an industry, because there are so many competitors. Your job is to win against other competitors, to be more attractive to your company, for example, in a job, as possible. Same for dating. Dating is natural selection mechanism. It's competitive by nature. Women select. That's what nature does. Nature selects for the fit people. So if you are looking for a girl to date, you need to be competitive. Then you need to have self-awareness of what's your strengths, what's your weakness, what do you need to improve on to be more competitive in the dating market, to date, to find somebody who you want. So same thing for dating and a job. It's natural selection mechanism that help you increase your self-awareness. And also I talked about cultural awareness, because in different cultures, different attributes are valued more or less. So here in North America, certain attributes like confidence, self-confidence, or public speaking, or being able to have small talk are valued more than in Japan, or let's say in Europe. So depending on where you are and which country you live, you need to be aware of those stuff, and you need to maximize certain skills to have, optimize your life. So that's kind of stuff that I talked to him about. Keep watching.
来てよかったです、本当に。あと、サスタマジでちょっとかっこいいなと思って。サスタみたいな生き方というか考え方をしたいなって。全く同じ。
I agree. I'm not just kidding. But anyways, I talked a lot about how I'm navigating myself in my life, like how I'm living my life, my goals, my purpose, my mission. And one of the most important things that I talked to him about was you need to live your life for yourself, not for somebody else, not to please somebody else. And many Japanese people do that. They are basically passive about what they want to do. They're basically fitting into the crowd, fitting into the group, fitting into the society. If you don't fit into the group, then you feel like you are excluded. And there's so much fear of getting excluded from the group in Japan. So I told him, you know what? This is your life. Nobody's gonna make you happy. And nobody's gonna live your life for yourself. So you need to decide what do you want, what do you do, because you're not living your life to please somebody else. Even if what parents say it's something that you don't want to do, you need to disagree if it's not really what you want. A lot of mistakes are made for especially intellectually smart people, like future doctors, future lawyers, just because their parents have been doctors and lawyers, but internally they don't feel like that's their passion or their truth. So I told him, you know what, because he had a lot of apologetic behavior. Like when he was trying to take notes on what I was saying, he told me like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm taking notes. And I told him, do not be sorry. Do not be apologetic. You do what you want because this is your life and you're not really walking over somebody else's face. You're not doing something rude. But because you've grown up in Japanese society where everybody's going to push you, everybody's going to force you to follow a certain path. There's so much of like fitting in culture. 同調圧力. I told him, you shouldn't be apologetic. Don't feel sorry, just own your action. So that's what I told him, and that's what I'm doing in my life. And that's exactly what he's talking about following what I want to do. And I think he wants to have kind of like a mindset and attitude. That's why he said what he said.
じゃなくてもいいと思うんですけど、やっぱサシさんみたいな自分の好きなままに生きるというか、そうですね。
Exactly what I was talking about. To live your life, following your passion, following your truth, following your emotions. Express yourself as opposed to just pleasing other people, bending for somebody else, sacrificing and compromising your thoughts, expressions, and opinions for somebody else. You don't do that because it's your life. 同調圧力はね、個人の幸せにつながらないからね。
あと、本当に本をいっぱい読まないとなって。
Reading books, I told him about education, self-development.
英語の本でも日本語の本でも。なんかおすすめの本あったら教えてください。
This is because, as I said in previous video, most important thing in life is education as investment. And as I said, education is not just university academic education. Most of the educations are coming from reading books, learning from best of the best, outliers. That's what I told him. If you're just studying in university, you're not going to be happy. You're not going to be slave for company. So you need to really develop a critical thinking mindset. Same for like fitness, nutrition, diet, business, marketing, communication, psychology, social skills, lifestyle skills, everything. You're not going to find a teacher who's going to teach you everything in school. Nobody's going to teach you how to improve your dating life. Nobody's going to teach you how to improve your personal finance skill. Nobody's going to teach you how to be happy. Those are stuff that school don't teach. And those are more important than just normal grades in school. That's what I told him.
もう一回ちょっと後でノート見たり、サシさんのもし上げてくれたら動画見たりして、ちょっともっと整理したいと思います。マッピングとか。そうですね、ちょっと帰りのバスの中でちょっと見直したりしたいと思います。ちょっと昨日は19年間の人生の中で一番というか本当にトップレベルで大事な日になったんじゃないかなと自分の中で思ってます。
What he means by like one of the most important events in his life, I talked to him about it. But basically, if you're meeting person in real life, not just watching some, listening to some information from YouTube videos or internet, the real life experience with actual voice that I'm hearing, my voice hearing, and actually seeing my face, and actually me being there right in front of you. That's exactly what I talked about in the video. If you see that in real life with like real me in front of me, and I'm the proof that I have done that everything. And if you hear that real story coming from my mouth, and that gives you more realistic conviction that it is possible. I remember I had a sensational, I still remember the feeling right after I went to some seminar by a study abroad company. And it was like a panel discussion, and one of them were graduate from North American University, and I heard his story or her story, and I was so motivated because it was so different. it was like a live experience that changed everything. The live experience gives you emotion. It gives you conviction that it is possible. It is not lie. It is not just textual information. It is not just auditory information that you just listen and watch from YouTube. It is real because she or he is right there. And you have the more emotional experience, live experience. And I still remember that I was so inspired to this day. And that live experience did so much better for me because I remember I had so much motivation to take action right after. So I told him the same thing. It would be so much different if you just listen to or just watch me talking about the same stuff on the video as opposed to actually coming to Vancouver and then sit right in front of me and then talk and breathe and then observe me talking and everything because I'm like live and real. And that's going to give him like so much more live experience and the emotions he's going to feel. Maybe he felt nervous, he felt insecure, maybe he felt inspired. Every single emotion that he felt was real and magnified and amplified by 10 times, maybe 20 times more. Because guess what? How many guys has he met a guy like me who has studied abroad and has done that and then got a job and working and living abroad and had so much more experience? And coming from that person's perspective, you really never seen that guy talking, so he couldn't really believe it's all possible. But everything that I said, coming out from my mouth was truth and reality for me, but it wasn't reality for him. So for him to see me in real life with live, that changed the whole life experience. And what I said in real life is gonna have so much more deeper meaning to him than just me watching the same stuff, me talking the same stuff on a video. So that's what he means by like so much more like eventful and meaningful thing. I told him it's gonna be like that. And then let's go to the next video. 2 more minutes.
英語の本でも日本語の本でも。
Gonna skip that.
おすすめの本、もう一回ちょっともっと整理したい。そうですね。ちょっと帰りのバスの中で、昨日は19年間の人生の中で一番というか本当にトップレベルで大事な日になったんじゃないかなと自分の中で思ってます。ドイツ行っても頑張ってください。俺もそのうち行きます。のでちょっとまだ転職しないでください。ドイツでお願いします。俺が行くまでは。俺が行った時にまた連絡します。その時またディナーでも何でもちょっと誘ってください。お願いします。
Other thing that I told him about is that when you're looking for some information, if you're looking for some help, either studying in a college and you want to ask questions to a professor, you need to go for it. Nobody's going to come help you by yourself. So you need to take action, be proactive. You need to go for it. You need to ask for help. But everybody's busy, right? Everybody's going to be open, 24 hours to help you. Everybody has their own life and goals. So for you, if you want to learn from somebody else, you need to provide values as well. This is like kind of like a basic mentorship relationship. You need to provide values to mentors to give you lessons and then wisdom and knowledge. So what I did was to pay for dinner for somebody else so that I can talk to them and then gain some wisdom. That's what I need to do. If you don't have anything else, you need to provide something. You're buying their time, right? So to do that, you should probably buy coffee or buy dinner so that you can invite him over and then talk for 1 hour, or you can do some free work for somebody else in return for gaining knowledge and wisdom. But basically, the basic point is that you need to go for it, and then you need to have the attitude and mindset to provide something to get something back. It's take and give and take. You can't just get and get and get. Nobody likes that, right? So you need to do something to provide values.
バンクーバー最後の日だったんで、それを自分のために使ってくれて本当にありがたいなと思いました。本当にありがとうございます。本当自分を大切にしようと思いました。本当に自信がないのもあるけど、やっぱ自分を下げすんじゃうっていうマイナス思考になっちゃうっていうのも自分の悪いところなんで、それも気づけたかなって思います。
This is a kind of going back to the previous point that I made. He was a little bit apologetic and he was sorry and he was not confident about taking notes or whatever. And I told him, don't be apologetic. This is your life and you should live your life as you wish. And then going back to kind of circling back to the point of like Japanese sacrificing their feelings, thoughts and expressions and what they want for somebody else, kind of people-pleasing behavior. And so I told him, you should live your life. You should be more selfish for what you feel. You should be more selfish, not like walking over somebody's face or breaking laws, but you should be selfish. You need to be more centered around your feelings and expressions and opinions because nobody cares but yourself for your life. Nobody's going to live your life for yourself but you. So if you don't care about your feelings, nobody would, right? If you don't take care of your values or feeling, nobody would. So that's why I told him to be more selfish with your feelings because in this society, modern society, people have been taught to sacrifice and bend over and compromise our feelings to just please other people, like teachers, family, parents, boss. But who is going to take care of our feelings? Nobody else but us. That's why I told him, you need to follow your passion. You need to follow your feeling. Don't get too caught up with what other people think about you because who cares? It's your life. Nobody's gonna love your life but yourself. So if you don't love what you feel or your life, whose life is it for, right? So that's what I told him. Be selfish. Be honest with his feeling.
本当にありがとうございます。めっちゃ感謝してます。じゃあ、また本当にドイツで会える日を本当に楽しみにしてます。本当にまた連絡しますので、よろしくお願いします。See you later.
So that was the end of the video. By the way, this is the Google Drive with my taking second place in Vancouver. Anyway, so yeah, this is kind of stuff exactly I told you. It'll be a shocking event for you. It'll gonna shock your body. It's gonna shock your mind. It's gonna shock your every single part of your body if you really open to knowing and learning what's possible. Because that's really what it's all about. I get so excited when I meet somebody who has done what I want to do. Because it has so much conviction. It has so much meaning to whatever they say in their words because they have done that. And so much inspiration that I get in real life. Live experience is different from just watching the same people talking the same stuff on a video or podcast. That's why I've been to many self-development seminars, live events, because I remember the emotions that I felt during the live event for years to come, 3 years, 5 years. I remember the feeling. I remember the feeling like so disappointed by myself or feeling insecure or I felt so bad or like felt so sick and tired of staying at the same level in my life. That pain motivated me to do something else. I remember the pain, I used the pain, I leveraged the pain to improve my life. So he felt whatever he felt when he met me. Maybe he felt insecure, maybe he realized that he was not confident, maybe he needed to improve self-awareness, blah, 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 whatever that is. The emotion that he feels or he felt was so strong, he's going to remember that for the next few years. And that's going to be an anchoring point for him to change years to come. And that's what he wants. That's what he wants with me. If you want to see me in real live event, I have that experience by myself, and he has that as I expected. And you're gonna have that if you meet me. But anyways, so this is a kind of like a guy who met me in real life, and he sent me the kind of testimonial feeling afterthoughts retrospective video. So that's just kind of wanted to show you guys what's possible and how much that live event is gonna change you for years to come. Because I'm doing something that not many people are doing. そんなことでね。これだけね、そのライブイベントで、その時に実際に感情をね、感じたことっていうのは100倍、10倍ぐらい普段ビデオで見てるよりもね、感じるのよね。ライブの時って。リアルライブだと。で、その経験、自分が行きたいところにすでに行ってる人、自分が成し遂げたいことをすでに経験してる人、5年先を行ってる人とかの話とか俺がね、聞いた時とかね、自分の場合ね、すっげえモチベーションになるんだよね。で、すっごい感情を覚えるんだよ。うわ、すげえなって、この人かっこいいなと。うわ、どうしたらこうなれるんだろうとか、こんなこと本当に可能なのかみたいな、この夢じゃないのかみたいなね。そういうのを聞いて、その時のね、感情をね、すごい覚えるわけよ。同じ人がビデオで喋ってるのを聞くのと、目の前でその人が喋ってる感情をね、ちょっとしたことを観察して感じること。そのライブイベントが自分をね、突き動かす糧になるんだよね。この自己改善とかのイベントとか行ったりしたりとか、なんか自分の行きたいところに行ってる人のね、話を聞いたりした時とかっていうのは本当にもう目がもうパッて開いてずっともう耳聞き入ってる感じ。時間が過ぎるのを忘れるぐらい聞き入っちゃう感じ。で、それは俺覚えてるし、20歳の頃にね、大学留学、19かな、18かな、留学セミナー、パネルディスカッションで経験者の人の話聞いた時も、すっげえ覚えてるんだよね。で、電車で帰っていく時にね、なんか足が震えるじゃないけど、なんか足に小指までなんかエナジーがいってる感じっていうの。なんか全身のね、細胞がもう敏感になんかもう聞き開いてるっていうの。よくわかんないけど。まあそういう感じで、そういうのがあるから、まあそれをね、ちょっとね、そういう経験もね、可能なんだっていうのをね、ちょっと見せたかったから、この動画撮ったけど、But yeah, I'll see you guys. Bye bye.